So Ross obviously had to fight hard for that one. Does that make it all the more pleasing?
Yeah. You've got to fight generally for most 4 points in the AFL. So we knew it'd be a challenge. They've got a lot of talent, a lot of speed, played an aggressive game style. Thought it was a really up-tempo game. We just tweaked a few things to get on our terms a bit after at half-time, and I thought we did that really well.
And was it just a case of really taking advantage of your opportunities late? I mean, you were ahead on the inside 50s and scoring shots throughout. But...
Yeah, I thought... Yeah. Look, you're spot on. Like, they took their opportunities. Like, the start of third was 11 entries to none, and then they had one, kick the goal, another one. They got a topper in the centre bounce as well. So, look, we're really confident at three-quarter time. She said, look, we've got the right method. We just need to tidy up a couple of things. So my assistant coaches were fantastic at half-time. Enright, Harvey and Hayes, they just said, look, if we tidy up 1, 2 and 3, I just shared that message to the players and they did that. So it was a real collective on and off-field team effort, I thought. So, look, to come here and get the 4 points and go back, we've got a short week, so won't be any yahooing. We'll get on to Hawthorn pretty quick. So, yeah, I was really pleased.
You're talking about it was an up-tempo game. Are you happy with how the players sort of wrestled back momentum during the quarter when it was sort of slipping away?
Yeah, when did you think it was slipping away?
No, not so much slipping away, just when you said in that third quarter where
Well, coming into the game, we spoke about leadership and everyone's got to step up and what it looks like, and it's not just voice, is it? So there's lots of things. So, yeah, I thought our ability to problem solve and arrest it, but look, they just kept taking opportunities. I thought Cadman had some really good moments. I thought Kelly and Whitfield were always threats. They had a bit of dash early. I thought that Ruckman did a couple of things, that really bobbed up, but always felt like we had the weight of the play and entries. And from our end, I thought, obviously Sinclair was good. I thought the return of Max King, I just spoke in the rooms, was a credit to an 8-month rehab. He had a setback with a hamstring tendon, but he never wavered. He was unwavering in his approach, and he got due reward today, which is fantastic. And I think he'll just get better and better, and he really helps Caminiti play a little bit better as well. So, but Mitch Owens concussed I thought he was outstanding early. And look, theoretically, it might have come at the right time. He'll miss Hawthorn, he gets the bye, and then he should hopefully be okay.
And how was Mitch after the knock? I think we saw him down on the bench.
Well, it was a big knee to the head as he slipped, and could have been worse. At least it didn't get him frontal. It was more the back. So look, we'll take every precaution. Won't push anything, but hopefully 3 weeks, if he's okay, we would play him. But we would take no risk with this pretty special young player we got.
And you touched on Max King. Obviously, he kicked the 4 goals. I guess how important was it to have him back there for the forward structure as a whole? Yeah,
really important. Like, he's 200 odd centimetres, and when he does a mark, he brings it to ground generally. So we thought our young forward line early in the year, I think we had 60 entries tonight, we're getting outmarked a bit. I wouldn't have thought that happened that often. Although Haynes took a bit in the first quarter off our smalls, but so they had a bit of bad luck as well. They lost Haynes and Himmelberg, I think, which is pretty significant for them. So they were pretty game as well. I think Kingsley's done a pretty good job with a young list.
Small forwards were able to get off the leash a little bit. Do you think that's in part with Max there presenting those extra opportunities for them?
Yeah, I think that dovetails in, as I sort of alluded to a little bit earlier. Yeah, they need those tools to drop some crumbs to them, right? So, but I thought in that third quarter we weren't crumbing very well. We're getting beaten at the fall of the ball. So we spoke about that three-quarter time. I thought we tidied that up. I thought some of Butler and Higgins' aggression and Philippu's pressure was pretty good late. But our leaders stood up, Sinclair, Ross, Wilkie and Steele. I thought they were pretty significant in the wash.
You touched on him before, but just again there, how important is Jack Sinclair, your ball movement and that generating use of the corridor and getting forward?
Yeah, well, he doesn't hurt. He doesn't hurt, right? So I think he's recognised as being All-Australian. But I thought he had a few, joined the band. Nazaya Wanganeen really got going. Hill got to work. I thought Wood moved around. He had some moments. So, yeah, it's got to be, if we're only about one player, we're in trouble. But he is significant. There's no doubt about that.
Just on Sinclair, he's been really good at half-back for a while, kicked 2 goals today. Are you trying to get him more up the ground to become more damaging forward of centre as well?
Yeah, like going forward, like talk about moving him into the midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, something we thought about. We didn't really pull the trigger much on it tonight. So he's pretty damaging from half-back, yeah.
Someone who's a bit more unheralded, should we say, is Liam Stocker. I mean, what's he done since he's come in? And, you know, I guess he's come from a tough period at the Blues, but he's managed to become a mainstay of your team now.
Yeah, look, he's a work in progress. He's made some ground. He carried an ankle injury. Look, I've got to be careful because I've got to go away and review the game. I think he had some really good moments, but I think he had some moments where, you know, he would like to tidy up, like a couple of our defenders that just invited them into the game a little bit. So, but he's made ground on his career, but he's still got plenty of work to do, I would say. Yeah.
You said before that Cadman had some moments and
Yeah.
was particularly good down forward. How happy with your key defence and what they were able to do with their with the Giants' ball movement?
I think they'd say we could have been a bit better. They took 4 contested marks. They had some moments. They're bigger guys, Hogan. And me instinctively, I was like, oh, I wish we had to put a label on them and close that out a bit better. So I wouldn't have thought they'd walk away being perfect. Look, it was a real challenge. It was a real up-tempo game. I think we've been in a couple of dour fests, you know, against North, and I think there was one other, I can't remember. But after last week, it was important we bounced back. It's such an even competition. The AFL would be thrilled. Gillon McLaughlin going out, leaving the game so even generally, but I think West Coast are bottoming out a little bit. So, but everyone else seems to be up and about. Like, if you're not on your medal, really, North should have got the Swannies. So, yeah, we go to Hawthorn. We just kicked 150 points. So that's a real challenge for us. Thanks, guys.